the best form of CoQ10, coenzyme Q10, or what is like a good vegan option? I get those questions a lot. I'm Morgan. I'm a registered dietitian who works primarily with plant-based eaters, with vegans, and also with runners, and a lot of new mamas or mamas to be. So CoQ10 gets like kind of a lot of press, I guess, if you will, for a few different reasons. Number one, if people are on statins, they usually get recommended to take a CoQ10 supplement to kind of offset any statin side effects. The second thing that people may take it for, there's some research that says that, you know, as we age, our ability to produce it decreases, and so supplements have been helpful in slowing down Alzheimer's in some studies, and kind of helping with some of those, like, you know, aging things. And the other reason is that, you know, in the vegan community or in the plant-based community, it comes up sometimes because CoQ10 is really only found from a food source in animal foods for the most part. So really good sources are cold water fish like tuna, salmon, sardines, and it can be found in plant-based foods, but it's just a much lower amount. So you're not really going to get like a big hefty dose by any means. So a lot of times for women who are trying to conceive, the research that's there is fairly strong in that for whatever reason it helps with the egg quality, and of course if you have good egg quality, then it's more likely to get fertilized is sort of the thought process there. I will say that the research is pretty limited, and a lot of the research that has been done is in women who are undergoing fertility treatments, either IUI or full IVF treatments. So, but what's also out there is that it's kind of this mentality of can't hurt, might help, because there's really no studies or there's no documentation that shows like toxicity or that high levels have side effects. And that's for people who are taking it for statins or just in the plant-based community world to try and get that in. Because it does help a lot in for a lot of those like cell metabolism types of functions in the body. So in terms of the forms, you're going to find two main forms. You're going to find ubiquinone and ubiquinol. Ubiquinone is the inactive form, which also means that the supplements are going to be much less expensive. And then you also have the ubiquinol, which is the active form, and the price tends to be a little higher on those. And with that, again, there's not any research that really supports it one way or the other, but the thought process is that if you take the active form, that's less that the body has to convert to the active form, meaning it's more bioavailable. The other thing is that if you do decide to go down this route and take a CoQ10 supplement, it is fat soluble, which means that you want to consume it with a source of lipids, of fat. So, you know, I usually take it in the morning with either like nut butter or some kind of nut seeds. It may even be that I take it with, you know, like if I am having a savory breakfast and I do olive oil and mix it with my tofu scramble, something like that, just helps to increase the absorption. So I actually personally do take the ubiquinone, which is the inactive form, and that's this one here, this Doctor's Best. It's 200 milligrams of the, they say high absorption CoQ10 because they have like their own patented thing on it or ingredient in there. But the thing is, with a lot of CoQ10 supplements, they contain gelatin in the capsule. So that's where a lot of vegans and vegetarians, plant-based eaters I find are wondering, is there a vegan CoQ10? Like, what can I take? So this is usually the one that I recommend, and I'll put the link below if you're curious, but you know, each capsule is less than 20 cents, so it's like nothing. And this is a 60 container, so it, you know, definitely lasts a couple months. And again, to me, the benefit outweighs the risk, or because I just know that I'm not consuming it, I want to have some source being consumed, especially, you know, for having kids later on down the road. Egg quality, of course, is muy importante. So this is what it looks like. It's orange, which is funny because sometimes you will find it more, again, if you have a capsule that's ubiquinol, the active form, it's probably going to have gelatin, it's probably going to have that gelatinous coating. Otherwise, if it's a veggie capsule, you know, it's like the two plastic sleeves that kind of like glued together are usually what the vegan capsules look like. And this one is orange just because of, I think, how they source it. not totally sure what I learned, honestly. So again, this is the one that I take. I think that it depends on how much you need. So that actually brings up a good point. Recommendations vary like considerably from 50 milligrams to 1,000 milligrams for people. I will say generally the recommendations for whether it's for fertility or whether for egg quality, whether it's for statin use, whether it's for aging, tends to be within the 100 to 200 milligram range. So this one personally, like I said, I use the 200 milligrams of the ubiquinone, the vegan option, and then I'm hopefully probably getting at least 100, probably more than 100 of the active that's converted. So you have definitely some options there, but a good recommendation again is to do 100 to 200 milligrams per day if you aren't regularly consuming those cold water fish like the tuna, the salmon, the sardines. And if you are a plant-based vegan eater, again, you're not probably getting a whole lot of CoQ10, so it's probably a good idea to supplement, because it's also not going to be in a multivitamin, is the other really important thing. Certainly multivitamins can be like a good insurance policy, but they only cover so much, and again, depending on what you're eating or not eating, sometimes we just have to fill in those gaps a little bit more. And this is one that I think is of high importance for, again, vegans, vegetarians, and women trying to conceive, or those that are pregnant. So I also have done videos on zinc and choline, which are also very important for vegans, vegetarians, all the women trying to conceive out there. And I'll put those links below. But again, try it out and see. And keep in mind that if you are starting to take it for like egg quality, it usually does take like about 3 to 4 months. So it's not going to be like the magic bullet by any means, but again, because the research isn't out there of any toxicity issues, can hurt, might help is sort of the mindset here. I hope that was helpful. Again, I'm Morgan. If you have any questions about supplements, CoQ10, put it in the comments below. I would love to help you out if I can. And until next time, subscribe and keep it kind.